everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. We are just admiring our Ford 7000 here, itching to get stuck into this and have a little bit of a play around with it, get things tidied up and get it all cleaned up. It is looking really scruffy at the moment, but I think we've got potential to get it much better. So looking forward to I don't know when, but finding the time to do that. Now this rain, we were expecting it and it has arrived as we expected, but now we need to go and pick up our bale trailer from the dealership and also sign the paperwork for something else. So while we're waiting for this rain to finish, we will jump in fast track here and we will head down to the dealership, pick up the trailer because I'm excited to do that, and we'll show you what else we have spent some money on. As soon as I've signed the paperwork, we will transfer the money, and then it's a case of just waiting for it to arrive. So we will see you down at the dealership. Right, here we are. This rain should have stopped by now. It's already after 10 o'clock. But here we go. There is the new trailer, looking splendid, I have got to say. Right, let's get it hooked up. Get it ready to take away, and while we do that, we'll also pop inside and chat to the dealer.
Hello, FSG. Here to sign the paperwork?
That's right, yep.
No worries. I just need a signature. Here. Here. And here.
There we go, all done.
Excellent, FSG. It is coming from another dealer, from stock they already had, so it should be here relatively quickly.
Oh really, as quickly as that? Fantastic, that's good, because my corn's already ready.
We'll see what we can do, FSG. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Well, there we go. We've just walked out of there 338,000 worse off. You can see our money's dipped back under the 1 mil, but I'm not going to tell you which combine we've got straight away. We'll just have to wait till it gets delivered, I think. Right. Still raining, but we can still get organised and ready for the bales, so we'll do that. We'll head back to the yard with this and we'll get the telehandler sorted. Right, there we go. We've just spun it around in the field. Just park it up here, ready to head down as soon as this rain stops. Remember, we left the telehandler in here from our little escapades with the straw harvest pack and the pellets, but we're definitely not going to do any more of that, so we'll run back to the yard with this and this very handy big bucket, which will come in handy at the end of the year. December time, when the silage prices are at their highest, we'll get that bunker unloaded finally, and that trailer unloaded. We've got some good money sitting in that. They're worth hanging on until the price is good. Right, let's drop this off on the floor here, and we will pick up the bale grab. And like I said, we're not going for the automated one. We are going to do this freehand. Probably a terrible idea, but I did get a little bit of grief last time, so I'm going to try and play ball for a bit. Could be the worst decision I've ever made, but we will see. Right, bale grab, just checking it's working. It is. Everything's looking good. There we go. I took the opportunity to take just a rare half an hour for a little bit of wrenching on the county, but now the sun's out. We'll jump in the telehandler and we will get one of the guys to run down with the trailer and we'll start loading some bales. Right, here we are. Wes ran the trailer down for us. Now all I've got to do Let's try and load up these bales without making a complete fool of myself. So the best thing to do, put it on a time lapse. I won't skip anything out, so if there's any huge disasters, you're going to see them, don't worry. Wouldn't do that to you. But yes, we'll see how we get on. Wish me luck, that's all I can say. Right, here we go. Last two. Well, the last two of this load. Although we have covered a lot of the field, I think we could probably get the majority of the field in two loads. What I might do though is put a single third row on top of this lot. It's not been easy. I'll be brutally honest with you. It has not been easy, but I'd love to know what you think. You've seen the whole shooting match. I was pretty pleased with how it's gone. For somebody who's out of practice, for somebody who hasn't done this for a very long time, I was actually quite pleased with the way it went. There's a couple of times when I just got a little bit overconfident and tried to do things and we lost the odd bale, but I've not managed to shake the entire load yet, he says. Famous last words as he drops the last two on at the back here, and they are a bit of a tight squeeze, but I think we can do it if we're clever with placement. Let's just keep manoeuvring until we get ourselves where we want to. Now this is the challenge. When you open the sides, open the grab, it knocks the other ones. So I'm not convinced this is the best grab for doing this with this sort of trail. We should probably be using a spike or something, but then again, when I used a spike, everybody got upset at me for puncturing my silage bales. Now, conscious these aren't silage bales, but same principle applies really, doesn't it? There we go. I think that is not bad for manually loaded. There's one very iffy one there, which you saw me sorting a minute ago. But in general, I think that's pretty good. So what have we got on there? 4, 8, 12, 16... 20, 24, 28 bales on there. How many have we got left in the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've certainly got... We don't need to put a third layer on this trailer because I think there's less than 28 left in the field. So, on that note, we'll run this up to tall trees. We'll get it sold. And then we'll come back for the second batch. This is taking a long time, actually. This is taking long. In terms of recording time, this is going to be a long recording episode, but I'm glad I did it. It's been good fun. Good little test. Just to make sure that I can still do things. So there we go, 117,000 litres of hay on this trailer. And what we're going to do, we are going to hang a left just up here by home farm. Look, there's our corn. Look at that. Look at that ripe golden corn ready for harvest. And we don't have a combine at the moment. Hopefully that will be resolved very soon. But here we go. We're going to turn here. I think you know tall trees. We've been there a few times before. So we'll get these down there. And then we'll head back to the field for the second batch. We're going to go into the bottom here of tall trees. There's two options, but we're going to go in this one. There we go. Same's manoeuvring around the yard. So let's head up here and get these sold. Right, let's see with this new trailer if it will all go in one load. I'm kind of hoping it will. We shall soon find out. That looks great, and there we go, 85% transported for field 107. So we just need to run back, get the rest now. Right, here we are, back in the field. Let me park this up right in the middle of all these bales, make it easier to load. And then we'll get started getting them all loaded up. Oh, it's the dealer. Wonder what he wants. Hello, mate.
Hey up, FSG. I hear you're on the lookout for old Fords.
Oh, well, where did you hear that? I'm not really on the lookout for old Fords. I've picked up a couple, but...
Well, if you're interested, I've got a 5600 here. I've just done a Part X on it for a new tractor, and the farmer's just dropped it off.
5600, have you? With the old cab? Interesting.
And I know another farmer up the road has got an old 8830 you might be interested in as well.
Has he? Okay. No, I may be interested in that. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, that's not the reason I'm phoning. I just wanted to confirm your combine is ready, and it'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant. That falls nicely in line with getting the corn harvested. That's fantastic. Excellent. All right, well, thanks for letting me know. And I'm going to come back to you on those two Fords. Leave it with me. That is interesting. Combine here tomorrow. But those two Fords sound nice, don't they? That 5600, that's an old tractor. That's not going to... He's not going to want much money for that. The 8830, now that is starting to become a bit of a collector's item. Might have to part with a bit more money from that, and I don't even know if the farm wants to sell it, but try and get a look at that at some point. That sounds like a rather nice tractor. I'm starting to think about maybe starting a wee collection of Ford tractors. That could be good fun. Anyway, we've got a job to do here. Let's get the rest of these done. Right, first load was a practice load. Let's see how we get on here. Wish me luck. We're going back in. Right, here we go. Last 4 bales. 2 we've got in here, and there's 2 left in the field. There is a perfect angle for getting these unloaded without clipping the other bales. I'm not sure I've found it yet, but probably as close as I have been so far. So let's just try and get these last 2. I've got to say, I think this load is a lot neater than the last one, so I think it's just a case of keep practicing, isn't it? Hopefully you guys think the same. I'm pretty pleased with this one, actually. It looks very neat. A little bit of nudging and pushing and making sure that everything's lined up, but pretty happy with that. So Well, let's grab these last two now. This has taken a long time, but do you know what? I've really, really enjoyed myself. It was the fear, definitely the fear factor, but since then, since I've got my head around it, after that first load, I'm feeling pretty good now. Right, here we go. So we're just trying to align things. You see I've been pretty accurate about trying to align the two bales on top of each other. And what I like about this grab is the fact then that you can squeeze the two of them in the middle and pick them both up without too much hassle. So just dropping down to the middle there. Closing that up again. Also getting used to the controls has been interesting. I'm using the farm stick and it's just taking a little bit of time to get used to, but there we go. Now since this is a problem, I'm going to show you the problem. You've probably spotted it on the time lapse, but I'll show you now in real time. So I want to drop that very neatly in that corner. Now I can align it very nicely to sit there, but the problem is the bales either side of it tend to get in the way. So what I've found is if I can do this, drop it off just off to the side, see it's even catching those ones now, but then close up the grab and then just nudge these into place slightly. We're done. So there we go. I think that's every bale. Let's just do a quick scan of the field. My my party piece is leaving bales in the field, but it very much looks like we've got them all, which is great. So we'll get these latched up. We'll get these down to the sell point. Now I could, if I wanted to, work out if there's any leftovers and keep the odd bale, but it literally will be the odd bale, I think. And we have enough hay down at the farm anyway, so there we go. And this this Richard Weston trailer is fantastic. Look at the detail on that. Look at that bed. Fantastic. Right. Anyway, enough drooling over the new trailer. Let's get these down to the sell point. Now, once we've collected this contract, we have got a few things that we need to do back at the yard and back on our own farm. So no more contracts. You remember the big field we took all the linseed out of? Well, we need to make sure that we get that prepped for its next crop. Now, I don't know whether to plant or we'll direct drill or not. We shall see. And I'm trying to think about what I put in there as well. This corn looks fantastic. We could go with a bit more corn. I'm not sure actually what's in season for planting at the moment, so I need to double check that. It might not be anything at the moment, so we could just cultivate or plough it and get it prepped. I'll check when we get back. I'm not sure if it needs ploughing or not, but if it needs a plough, we do have the plough up there. It will take a long time. It's quite a big field, but that's okay. Maybe we could sweet talk one of the boys into getting it done. I know Wes likes to plough, so we could do that. And we also need to cut the grass on the field nearest the cow shed. That is fully grown, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't turn that into silage bales and just hold on to them till the winter time. So all of that needs doing. Plus, I can't stop thinking about those two Ford tractors. I'd love to go and see them, but we're too busy today. We'll do it another time. Right, here we are at the sell point. It's handy having that road in that direction. So let's roll these over the sell point here, and we'll get all the brownie points for getting this contract finished. Hopefully a few extra pounds in the bank too. Turn the HUD on so you can see how much we make. Take the straps off. There we go. Oh, we've got an achievement. Finished, and we've made nearly 4,000 in extra bales. That is pretty good. I am happy with that. Right, let's get this back to home farm. We'll go and get the telehandler, and then we'll have a think about what we do next. Right, we're back at the yard, just having a look at the crop calendar here. Our options are wheat, barley, canola, oats, and down here we can plant linseed and rye too. I could do alfalfa, but I don't see any benefit in that really. And of all of these, probably the one that sells for the most per 1,000 litres, not necessarily the most because of volume, but something we haven't done yet is some oats. So I think we might go for some oats here. That seems like just a bit of a change and a bit of fun, and if we get it in the next day or so, we should get it early in the harvest season as well, next July. So let's come back to that. We were just dropping the trailer off here, and like I said, the other option we've got is this field here is very ready to be mowed and turned into some silage bales as well, so we will get on with that as well. But let's pop this back in the shed for now. There's the plough. I think we might do that next. But let's roll this into here. And we'll just go and check the fields as well and find out if we actually do need to plough that. Well, there's your answer. Field 57 there needs ploughing. It is a big field. That is going to take a long time. So we might start that in a little while. I might just get this field mowed first before we do anything else. And then, yeah, I could really do with getting this corn off the field and starting to work on that as well. But we'll worry about that hopefully when the combine arrives tomorrow. Right, let's grab one of the tractors, and we will, in fact, we'll take the Valtra and hang on a second. Oh my goodness, Davy's finished painting this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this. Isn't that a beauty? In fact, let's pull this out of here and have a quick look at this. Come on. Uh-oh, it still needs a few repairs doing to it. But let's have a look at this. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'm loving that. There'll be a lot of collectors who'll be very, very interested in this. That is a thing of beauty. Absolutely tremendous. Right, I'm going to put this round in the other shed because it's finished. Sounds like that stalling is still, there's a few mechanical things. It may end up going down to the dealership for a bit to do some of the final bits. But it means we could put the 7,000 in there and start working on that as well, because we know mechanically that is sound. So, how exciting. Our first tractor finished. What a brilliant job by Davy. I bet he can't wait to get started on the 7,000 as well. So, we'll pop it in our little vintage storage shed here. We're going to run out of space in here pretty quick too, aren't we? Love that. Right. Tucked away, all good. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, let's move the 7,000 into the workshop, and then we'll grab the Valtra and we'll go and start mowing this field. Here we go. Right. Oh, starts first time every time. Brilliant. Let's roll this into here. Put this a little bit further back because I think I might buy that 5600. We'll give it enough space for that as well to be worked on. And we'll be looking good. Fantastic. Right. Enough playing around with my toys. Let's get some real work done. Right, let's just get these mowers hooked up. It shouldn't take us too long to do this little field here, which is great. And then we can get these wrapped. We're going to wrap them with silage bales and just store them. Use the ones we need for the animals. And by the time we hit December, if we haven't got rid of them all, bear in mind we have got all of these as well. Look at that entire trailer load there. That is going to be a nice little earner come December. That and everything in the clamp as well. So we're just adding to an already existing bulk of stuff. But hey, all good. And then over there is the field we're going to be ploughing next. So let's get this spun up. Let's get everything lowered down. And off we go. I'm going to drive this one by hand rather than putting a worker on it. Quite enjoy mowing, so we'll do this quickly. And then we'll be back to have another little chat. So, we'll see you very shortly. Right, here we go. Last little bit. That didn't take any time at all, and I was pretty pleased with how well I held my straight lines going through there. That was good. Now, what we're going to do next, before we windrow this, I would like to have a look at this field here, because we did put some slurry on. If you remember, we slurried the entire field a while back. I'm not sure if it needs lime either, so if it does need lime, we probably should get on and do that. But after that, we should get on with ploughing it. It's a biggie, so I am going to leave that one to Wes, like I said. I can't spend all day in here. I might get it started, but I'll hand over to him very quickly. So let's just check, see if we need to put lime on this first. Oh, and that reminds us, our baling contract. We never collected that, but we can do that now. £18,520 collected. Thank you very much indeed. And we'll just jump back, check the HUD. Yep, there we go. That's straight into the bank. Right, I was going to go up to here and we were going to check if it needs lime. And it does not. Okay, that's another tick off the jobs that we need to do. That's good. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll hook up the plough. We'll put the mower away. We'll get the plough hooked up. Probably put it on the Massey. And I'll keep running the Valtra. And we'll maybe just dip the plough into the soil. Get it started. And then, like I said, Wes can take over and we can come back to working on this field here. Right. Out of that one. Straight into this one. We're going to need a front weight for this, I think. And we're going to need to grab the plough, which is in the shed over there by the bales. So let's just hook this up. This is a big, heavy front weight. It'll do the job nicely. There we go. We'll roll around here. This is still our most powerful tractor. Over 300 horsepower in this tractor, so it does a great job. There's some of these really big towy pulls like this, when you need a lot of horsepower to drag this through the ground, but there we go. Plough is on. Raises it very high, doesn't it? Look how high that goes. Now this isn't transporting position, but as we're not going on the road with it, I'm okay with that. We'll just run it across the field here. Right, here we go. We are up and running. We are going to run these first few rows in here. We're going to do the headlands last, so this will take a bit of time. It's saying on the clock probably around about 2 hours of ploughing here, so it's time for us to get our heads down and crack on with it. But I also think it's time for us to say goodbye for this episode. This has been the 50th episode of The Contractor, which I hadn't realised until just recently. So there you go. Probably one of my longest ever running series. And I'm still loving it. And there's lots more to come with it. So thank you all for your support. Thank you all for watching and supporting this series and loving the characters, even the rogues like Charles. And long may it continue. But for now, from me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.